apparently in the NBA draft, there are too many light-skinned boys. NBA draft, that's like the sorry, I'm a football girly and I'm British. That's like the young guys who are getting in. So like people who are like end of high school or like college age, so between about 18 and 21, right? I think a lot of people forget how Punnett Squares works. For a very long time, we have seen a lot of black men express their interest in women who are either lighter or of different racial backgrounds. Right. So they could be monoracial but light-skinned, they could be mixed race and light-skinned, or they could be from another race completely. And light 9 times out of 10. But, you know, there's a lot of people who say that. So there's a lot of people who married people who, you know, look like that, who match the looks of what they claim they wanted. So there's a lot of kids who are coming out lighter or mixed. Like, yeah. And so we're seeing an uprising in people complaining that apparently dark-skinned boys are being pushed out of the sport. And it's like, this is kind of complicated. Because, so one argument that people make is that it's not the same people. But then if you look online, for some of the people, it is actually the same people. Like the literal same accounts. Which is why you have a bunch of girls, women who are dark-skinned saying, well, when you go around saying you want someone who's light, this is what you're going to end up with. And there's no argument around that, really. If a bunch of people went around saying, even if it wasn't everyone, if a bunch of people went around saying that this is what they liked and this is who they're going to date, well, then yes, you're going to end up with light-skinned sons. You will. And so you'll end up with light-skinned sons, you'll end up with biracial sons, triracial sons, so whatever, you know? And one thing I've always wanted to bring up, but there was never a video that I felt that it would fit into, but this is the perfect one. Alright, so sometimes you'll have people who are completely black. Oh, sorry, not completely black, sorry. You'll have people who they look phenotypically like just black, like they have dark skin, coarse hair, and broad features, right? But then they'll be telling you that they are, I don't know, they're 20% of another race. But they don't have like a grandparent who is of that racial background. These are just trace mixtures that they got from parents or grandparents, like a 3% here or 5% there. So it added up to like 20 something. They'll be bragging about that. And then they'll be bragging about that. They'll go and marry someone of a different race, and then their child will come out. Let's just use white as the example. They'll marry a white guy or a white girl, and then the child will come out looking more, let's say the kid looks a little bit more like Mariah Carey than Alicia Keys, you know? So, and then they're confused as to how. But it's like, okay, if you it's like, did you want the percentage of admixture that you claim to have within you to be real or not? You can't go around saying, oh, I'm 20% this and 20% that, and then expecting it to not show up in your kid. But then at the end of the day, most people, they want their kids to be carbon copies of them. Or they have this idealized version of a child in their heads. Okay, so both of my parents are light-skinned. I have albinism. And I think either 2 or 3 of my grandparents are light. They died when I was very young and they live back in Nigeria, so like, yeah. Okay. I think it's free. Yeah, no, I think it's free not to. Two definitely I know. But please, okay. Anywho. So I'm probably going to end up with a lighter child, but based on the kinds of people I like, I'm probably going to end up with a lighter child. But I don't actually sit down dreaming of children. But then a lot of people tell me that they want their kids to look like me. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. I mean, I love the way I look. I wouldn't mind having a kid that looked like me, but I wouldn't mind having one that didn't look exactly like a carbon copy, like skin and hair wise. As long as like, I'm more like the features, they have to like, I want them to see like in the child's eyes, like, yep, that's your baby. I don't know, is it just me? I don't know, man. But back to the topic now, because we really sidestepped. Personally, I think that it's like, are dark-skinned boys being pushed out of the sport, or are there just more lighter-skinned boys existing? At the end of the day, I'm not 100% sure about America, but here, at the end of the day, to get into professional sports actually requires money, so you can't be from the worst of the worst backgrounds. I just think that there's just that population of people who are light, or who are light and mixed, is growing. So, yeah. And so, I don't know, if you have a dark-skinned son that you want to get into the NBA or any professional sport, just make sure you give him the best support, training, whatever that you can. That's really it. Because, I mean, there's always going to be, there'll still be dark-skinned boys making it, just maybe a lesser. From my understanding, there's a specific number of people that get picked in these drafts. It's really not like here. They could, with football, they come up in academies, so there's no, I don't think there's such a thing really as just not making it because you're dark. They come up in academies. In fact, people get taken from their home. You ever see someone get taken from their home country? Yeah, they just happen to get scouted and come. You know what? Just there's a little bit more leeway. Yeah. Wait, so if you don't get drafted, somebody tell me, if enough people watch this. So if you don't get drafted, that's just it. You're not in. Mad. But yeah, I just thought this is just a mad interesting topic. Oh yeah, people also did that same thing when like Drake's baby, when they first saw Adonis. It's like, your baby is gonna look more like like if someone is half white and then they have a kid with someone who's completely white, that kid is going to look more white than black. I don't understand. I think people don't understand Punnett squares, or people who say I'm gonna marry. You'll have a guy who'll say, oh, I'm gonna marry a light-skinned woman and have a light-skinned daughter. And then they're mad when they also have a light-skinned son. Like, darling, why would you have a light-skinned daughter and a dark-skinned son if you're having the kids with the same person? That's typically not how people work. Nah. No. I mean, I feel like being resentful towards a child's skin tone is, I don't know, all this stuff just feels weird to me. Yeah, the internet really exposed me to a lot of things, cause like, I don't know, man. The way some people reason is mad.